Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Aisha Falke for those that don't know me, and welcome to this new series called Kan Akai Amarya. Even though from the name Kan Akai Amarya translates directly to before they take the bride, so generally it's actually a premarital series of things to look out for, things to ask, things to discuss, things to see, the red flags, the yellow flags, the green flags, green lights. Because I am telling you, we get a lot of DMs on issues, marital issues, and some, when laid down for you, you'll be like, didn't you see A, B, and C? Didn't you see D and F? She'll be like, oh, well, man. You know, Akai Amarya is both ways. So it's not just because I said Akai Amarya is just for the women, it's for the men as well. I've seen a lot of men suffer in marriage. It's so unfair because sometimes they don't even know who to talk to. Their men are not known to complain at home, go to their parents. It's easier for a woman to easily go and tell her mom. Let me just dive into it. So the first and foremost thing that I see after, like, you know, guys, if you're in Northern Hibiscus community, you know that we've been reading reading a novel called Red, and we had an episode that had a bit of elaboration in the bedroom, and we've gotten a lot of men complaining. So before I dive into other things, I just want to talk about this. So the most mistakes that I see our men do, or our boys or our brothers, is you are an explorer, you know, unfortunately, but there is nothing you have not tried. You have ticked all, you know, your bucket list in terms of you know, exploration when it comes to, you know, sexual exploration. And you know, unfortunately, I'm just saying, this is, you know, you've gone to universities, you've met girls, you've actually tried all sorts of things, unfortunately, and you know, and then when you want to get married, you say, oh, I would not marry any girl that has ever subhanallah, filth. No, I want a very clean, very pious, very salah azmi zakah kind of girl. Alhamdulillah, that's perfect. But then you marry this girl and you want her to be doing cowgirl reverse situation. She doesn't know. She doesn't know. She doesn't know. She has no experience. And then you start treating her bad. You start treating her, you start picking out faults. Kaza, you know, if you hear them talk, you'd be like, what the hell? Why didn't you go and marry the ex that you had all the tumbles and the tumbles with? Why did you feel like she was not wife material? Why would you now come and subject this poor girl into abinda batakaita, you know, batasani ba, batsanhawa ba, batsansoka ba? You are complaining about everything. Bata iya kazaba, bata iya hugging ba, bata iya kissing ba, bata iya kazaba, bata iya kazaba. Your first problem, you are your problem. Marry that girl da kuka che awaje. Marry that girl that understands what you want exactly. Marry the girl that understands your sense of humor. Marry your equal. Please and please, marry your equal. Don't go for innocent girls that don't know these things and you want them to actually know it overnight. It's not possible for them to actually, you know, satisfy your appetite. It is not possible. So that I really want to talk to women and men about, that when in day kasang that you have one era experience in this sector, because it is a sector, do not marry an unexperienced girl, because I guarantee you, you are doomed. You are actually just you're entering into this thing and knowing that it's not going to work. right? Because you have one irin high libido, or high high appetite, and she doesn't even know the ingredients for this appetite for this thing. You understand? So please leave this innocent girls for innocent men. Da za a shiga a building relationship tare gina rayuwa tare. You will get experience. Please look for experienced girl. Even if she's not as experienced, when the abaki me ake chiki, maybe they've not actually gone there, but get a girl, Marakunya girl, that you would actually experience that life with. Stop taking innocent girls and putting them under pressure on a daily basis to actually, be experienced hawkers when they don't know anything. So please, that is number one on my list that I really wanted to get off my chest, because I've seen a lot of girls go through this trauma of you wanting them to be something else and they are not. They don't know. Right? So that's number one. Why I'm talking about this is after Red, as I said, a lot of men have sent in DMs and said, well, I have been very wild. I'm not proud of it, but I've had this wild, amazing life before I got married. But when I was about to get married, I really, really wanted a pious wife that would actually take care of my kids, put them on the deen and everything. But then unfortunately, I don't like her anymore. And I said, well, I told him, I said, hey, I could come in, since you know exactly what you want, I can come in as a therapist or a friend to actually talk to you guys and tell her what she's doing wrong. I said, have you spoken to her? Have you told her exactly what the issue is? And he said, well, I've told her that I'm not happy in this marriage and we didn't understand each other before we got married. And her response was, well, I am happy and I understand you if you don't understand me. And for you not being happy, I'll pray for you and that happiness befalls you. And I said, well, you're not telling her the real thing. Tell her that we're not compatible bedroom-wise, bedmatics-wise. Tell her that. He said, well, I don't know how to tell her. I said, but then I said, so what are you going to do? He said, I'll just let her go. I said, it would be so unfair to actually tell her to go without telling her exactly what she's doing or what you don't like, and then not allowing her room to improve. He said, well, I don't know. I don't like her coming close to me. I'm always in the office till 11. And I leave very early in the morning because I just don't want to share space with her. I said, what? Why? This is torture. I said, but this woman can change. Just allow me to talk to her. And he said, no. There's no going back. I said, what do you mean there's no going back? I just don't like her anymore. Even if she changed, I wouldn't really like it. I said, okay. I said, well, I then asked him, hey, do you have money for polygamy? Can you take care of 2 women? You could actually get another wife that, is actually as wild as you are. He said, well, I really don't like polygamy. I would not do polygamy. I said, don't. I said, so you're just being very, I don't know. It's so unfair. So na ce in Allah ya saka wa matan nan da in ta daga hannu ta ce Allah ya isa, is she being fair? Because you brought her into this life. You knew what you wanted from the get-go, but you pulled her into this thing. Innocently, matan nan kullun sallah azumi, kullun tana cikin ce kullun ta shigo tana kan dadduma. Kullun ya shigo kira'a ce a gidan shi. Kullun ba mata kallon TV sai sunna TV. Like, she's very, very pious. You wanted a pious girl. Sorry. Aka samu maka pious girl. And now the pious girl is being pious, doing her piousness, and you're now telling me that that's not what you want, guy. So my advice, this one is a gun deal. I'm sure yakusan sakata kumaya sakita because we spoke like a week ago. But I am just telling the new ones that would go into this into marriage, To know that, guy, if you really want, go for what you want. At the end of the day, you know, go for your happiness. If you want a good girl with a touch of small ashawuness, get that. Don't allow somebody to tell you, no, you need a very pious girl, where you Allah salam alaikum kind of girl. It will not work. Go for really regular girls that would actually fulfill the fantasies you have in your head. Don't go for girls that would tell you, like he said, so because I have been going all over the place, my main one goal for this first video is marry what you envision in your head. Men are wild creatures. We think, even women now are wild, but then men say, this is the kind of wife I want, this is who I want it this, I want it that. Have your goals and follow them to the latter. Do not compromise. Have a list. If even though Panekimi Magana list are IGM, people are saying, when a list I guarantee you those lists are very important, because every human being is unique. Your fingertips are unique. Your finger, your print is unique from another person. What I want is different from what my sister wants. What my husband wants is different from what his brother wants. If my husband loves a very wild woman that is very outspoken, and I could say, hey, kazaba, and very rational, another person would say, I don't want a woman that talks back at me. I really don't want a woman that... So exactly what you want. If you want a very pretty girl, if you could actually sit down and choose nasampara, nasangajira, nasambaka para, guntua, me jiki kaza, me hushiria, why can't you sit down and pick out traits and characters and you know, temperament? I want a feisty woman. No, I want a very docile woman. I want an introvert. I want an extrovert. I want this, I want that. Please be very specific, so that you don't drag an innocent girl, bring her from her house, from her parents' house, come and torture her emotionally. Because what I've realized with our men, they don't know how to compromise. Mache could actually not like a guy, but still stay and compromise and follow. But a man, as soon as a man doesn't like you, at some point, a gaban kima, wata wallahi jiya da tamun magana, a gabanta yake sex videos da yan mata. Wallah, how? Where? How disrespect zai kai ka yi video call a gabana kana nune? See me laughing. I would not say me peaceful person. Anyway, be very wise in your choices. Be specific in your choices. And pray. Because it's very important. You could actually be very specific and do all these things, and then you know, you're not lucky. Do all the needful and then leave the rest to God. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you on another episode of Akai Amarya.